first memory of life in general was when I was 3. I was molested, and from there I was thrown into a world of darkness. I was abused heavily by family members, and for 18 years I was in and out of foster care. When I turned 18, I saw a website that had adult modeling contracts available, and everybody was like, yeah, you should pursue it. And I got chosen, and for 6 years I was addicted to drugs and started dancing, and was one of the top paid adult models for my company out of Los Angeles. And when I was 23, I got married to my husband. I have 2 beautiful daughters, but my husband and I were having affairs on each other because I was seeking love. My husband didn't really know what love was, and neither did I, so we went after other people thinking that we could fill a void, the same void I tried to fill with pornography and drugs. And even having 2 daughters, I thought that the job that I had was financially keeping us where we wanted to be. I was concerned with material objects and not so much my family, just what I could provide for them monetarily. And we moved to Coffeyville after my second daughter was born, and I was still dancing, and I met this girl outside of the church near our house, and her name is Pastor Chelsea. And she was always so kind to us, and it invited me to church, and I was like, no way, I didn't know who God was. I didn't know why this girl was always happy, but I knew that I was kind of scared of her. And just because when somebody walks up to you on the street and they're friendly and you don't know them, in the world that I lived in, I didn't want to just start talking to somebody I didn't know because she was a stranger to me. And I went to work at one of the clubs that I was working at in Tulsa, and this guy came in and started preaching to me about the love of God. Now you have to understand, I was stripping. So for some gentleman to come in and not want the things that we provided as dancers, but want to talk to me about the love of Jesus Christ, it was very bizarre to me. Well, I asked him to leave, he left. I went home and woke up on a Sunday and ran to the church next to us where I met Pastor Chelsea. I don't know why I ran there, I just did. I felt an overwhelming sensation to be in that church, which is very rare to me. I had never been that person to run to a church. I didn't care about God, didn't care about Christians. In fact, there was a point in my life where I said that Christians were liars and just horrible people, basically. And I sat in the back. I brought my daughters in to the nursery, and they had an altar call, and I ran up there and I got saved, and it was the best decision I've ever made in my life. Take your broken heart and make it whole again. And since then, for a year, I've been faithful to the Word. I've dedicated my life to Christ. I have quit stripping. I've quit everything. I'm drug-free. I've been drug-free for a year. I've been alcohol-free for a year. I'm a mother. I'm a good mother to my kids, and I'm so excited that I can be a good role model for them. My husband and I are stronger in our marriage than we ever have. We actually understand love because of Jesus Christ, who has given us scripture on how to be a wife and how to be a husband. Financially, because I've quit stripping, I haven't found another job yet, but God has always provided. Our bills are taken care of. We don't know where this money comes from, but we want for nothing. And I used to beat up people just for the fun of it, and now I have a heart for ministry. I have a heart to rescue young women, to do what God, to follow the steps that God gives me. And by His grace, I'm able to speak about Him. By His grace, I'm able to show other people love and compassion, and I'm grateful for everything He's done in my life. And I encourage you that if you are stuck in a world of darkness, I know how LA is. I've seen the horrible things that go on there, and let me tell you, you can be a soldier for the good. You can walk into darkness and speak life and light and watch the world change just because of the things that come out of your mouth, because they're in your heart. And I encourage you just to pray and to love Christ and lay down your wants and desires, because He will give you a new heart and a new desire for Him. And I'm grateful. I don't know what else to say. I'm just so blessed.